Gary's doing funny things with them. How can you be so... That's not good. That's bad.
My lights are flashing. I'll be back in a minute.
I'm glad that it's just your lights that are flashing. All right, who have we got here? Oh no, you put me right off. We got Tracy. Hello, Tracy Gray. You're top of the show today. Good to see you. Oh, what are we doing now? I could just see Gary's desk. What the hell was that on his desk? Piers here. Hello, Pier. Hello. Anne Blake's here. Hello. Catherine's here. Just seen you. Hello. Uta's here. Good evening. Vicky Ware's here. Good morning, everyone. 5 o'clock in the morning in Australia. Husband's asleep. Lying here listening to you guys. What is that?
It's my frog.
Oh, it's Froggy.
Yeah. And he's got different outfits.
Oh dear. See, this is when you've got to start to find out.
You can't say anything because it was one of my clients that gave it to me.
Real truth about people. Yeah, but who gives him the different outfits?
She does. He came to me with a Christmas outfit, and then she said it's not Christmas anymore. And then when I turned up the next time, she said, "Here's a new jumper for him."
Oh, I love it. What's he called?
I haven't given him a name yet.
He needs a name. Froggy isn't just enough.
Froggy.
Or Toady. Froggy. Janet's here. Hello, Janet. Good evening. Susie's here. Good evening from a rainy Wales.
Hi, Susie.
Ooh. Hello, everyone, says Morna. Hello, Morna. Lindsay, I have some exciting news. Also terrifying, if I'm honest. I've got a field rent. Might need... Hang on a minute.
I'm shocked.
Come back round, Lindsay.
In equal measure. Shocked and thrilled in each equal measure.
Getting out of that yard. Excellent. Well done, Morna. We want to learn more about that in the coming days and weeks. Brilliant. Hi, Lydia. Think I'd just seen you. Somebody just like you. How's your name?
We just spent a little bit of time with you, Lydia.
An hour and a half with you. Longer, hour and 40 minutes. Good afternoon, everyone. Having a big nasty thunderstorm here now with tornado warning, which is rare here in Northern Ontario, Canada. Hopefully internet doesn't go out. A tornado warning is rare, but I don't suppose bad weather's rare for you, is it? Sarah's here. Hello, Sarah. Good to see you. Hi, Teresa's here from Sweden. Mosquito land. They do this, don't they? You're lying there. You got your eyes shut, just going off to sleep. And you're like, where has that just landed? Where? Can't go to sleep. You're up there searching for this mosquito in your bedroom. And we're lucky they've not arrived yet. Hello from Maryland, says Lynn. Good to see you. Michelle Mallory. Hi from Michigan. Hello.
Hi, Michelle.
Is it? I never know whether it's Michigan or Michigan. What is it? Mish or Mitch? Michigan? I feel I'm heading towards Michigan. What do you reckon, Gary? Mitchy?
Yeah. And to be fair, and being totally honest, I wouldn't have spelled it like that either.
No, you wouldn't. No, probably wouldn't. No. Pierce says, Trees, I found tar cream. It works. Where? On horses or you? I'm not quite sure. Leah's here. Hi, Lindsay, Gary, and all. Lovely to be a part of this enlightened group. Yes, good to have you here, Leah.
Good to have you
here. I do believe
Leah.
You've messaged us or emailed or something. I will get back to that when I can. It should be soon. Hello from Ohio, says Erin. Only a couple more weeks until life slows down enough to do the challenges. Can't wait. We're looking forward to you being on those challenges.
Great
and
job,
for everybody watching and everybody listening. So many people have gone through the challenges and absolutely love them. And if you're here for help, number one thing you should be doing as best that you can, and I know it's financial for some people, but you can split it up. You can do 15-day and then wait and do the 10-day. you should get on those challenges, because that puts us all on an even playing field. Then everybody knows, we know that you know, and you know that we know that you know, and that's important.
And then we can build off of that. We can build off of that.
Yeah, because it's very difficult explaining things. We do, of course, try, but it's very difficult explaining the ins and outs of the foundation of horse and hoof if you haven't got the foundation. What I mean is, people come in with quite complex issues: compacted feet, coke can feet, caudal failure. All of these things are like, how do I fix it? How do I fix it? Well, those are complicated issues, and the first thing you need to do is to settle down and get that information in first. And I know that we've got people here watching who have completed both challenges, and they will tell you it's worth it. So you guys, Erin, we'll look forward to seeing you on there. We've just been on an hour and 40 minutes group call with a bunch of lovely people who had all booked today, and we've just been on a group call together. It was great, and it's lovely to see people.
One Saturday.
We've got another one Saturday. We have one every other week. We have these calls for when you get into the 10-day challenge. You have this free Zoom call with us, and of course, if you go VIP, you get a 1-to-1 plus a load of merch too. Sandra's here from Czech. Hello, Sandra.
Hi, Sandra.
Good to see you. Hi, Aston. I hope all is going better for you, my lovely. I look forward to hearing from you and when you book your session with me again. Laura's here. Laura Shillham. Hello, Laura. Good to see you. Lisa Ruard is here. Hello. Karen's here. Cheers. Hi, guys, says Karen. See, that's all. When I see Karen Mackinson, that's honestly all I see is cheers. Dawn says, good evening, all. Good evening, Dawn Lim.
No.
Marianne is here. Hi there, everyone. Marianne is here. So lovely to see you all. Jackie Berry's here. Morning, all. Morning, all. Alicia Howard. Hello, everyone. Shauna Simmons. So lovely to see all these lovely names and you all saying hello. I love it. I just love it. Vivian's here. Vivian Patterson. High noon. High noon in California. High noon. Went through the challenges and loved it, says Vivian. Honestly, you're just going to love it. It consolidates everything. It brings everything together. It gives you that boost that you need, that slight mind shift to get yourself out of that sort of traditional mindset. You've got that going on. You've got all this support going on. And then it gives you a future, an idea of where you're going in the future. It isn't a pro course. That we got a 2-year course for that. So we are covering the foundation, but the stuff you learn in there, you will not learn anywhere else. There's nothing anywhere in the world that's anything like it. Nowhere. Susie says, I've got a job at last and can afford to do the chat. Oh, that's so cool. I'm so pleased for you. Well done.
Good on you, Susie.
North, middle, south of Wales, further east, west? Where are you? Yes, the challenges are so good. Julie says, evening from 2 screens. Hello, Julie. Hello, David. I love the challenges so much. I'm now studying to do the 2-year course. See where that brought, Sarah? See what that did? Yeah, and we will be talking to people as soon as we've got our lovely Clydes. So Julie, David, Sarah on here all so far. Meta, I can see is coming up in a minute. As soon as we have our lovely Clydes joining in July the 8th. It's getting closer, folks.
Did I tell you it's my birthday that day?
Yes, you did.
Okay, just saying.
Just saying. None of us forget. July the 8th. Everybody write it down in your calendar because I will forget. So you better prompt me because I'm rubbish at that. When that you guys have got going and we've set you off and away you go, then we'll be doing interviews and chats. We'll be doing a webinar about the pro course that's going to start in October. Well, it's actually the end of October. That'll be the next one to begin. And we'll be talking to lots of people about that. And we'll be putting on a free webinar for people to find out more about it. and then we'll start the interview process and we'll be going ahead. But obviously you have to have done the 15-day and the 10-day challenges, or an in-person workshop if you're in the UK. You have to have done that because we need to know you're at a set level before you apply. It's all very exciting. Spreading out around the world like a plague, as we spread around the world. Our flags spread around the world. Anne says the challenges are really worth it. You learn so much. Thank you, Anne. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If I go VIP, can Gary come across and sort my new field out? It doesn't. It doesn't.
Sorry, that wouldn't even carry the ferry journey more now, let alone anything else.
But we can see you virtually, my darling.
We can certainly help.
We can see you virtually on a one-to-one. Meta's here. Hi, watching a live and a webinar at the same time. FOMO. No, stop it right now. No, there's more to life. More to life. Just don't go and do the whole thing.
You can have a break from us, you know.
Watch your webinar. Go ahead and watch your webinar, and then watch this on recording. I'm going to do the challenges now. I'm going to be on my own. You need to. Although, Morna, remember, you've done the workshops. So you will get a stonking great discount for the challenges. So just come back to us on that. Don't go there paying full price. Hi from a wet and windy Wales. Exciting day for me today. Did my first cadaver leg trim under the eagle eye of Poppy. Oh, that's fantastic. I learned so much. We'll post about it. Please do post up your pictures.
That's awesome.
That's great.
Well done, Susan and Poppy.
Come on, girls. Brilliant. I love that. Poppy is one of our MB Pro second year, final year students.
It's corny. Teamwork makes the dream work. It does. It does. And we are a team.
We are a team. Maggie's here. Hello, Maggie. Good to see you. Hi, everyone. Monica's here from Czech too. Hello, Monica. Anne says, I'm thinking about doing the 2-year course. Anne, you see how this is changing your life? I'm excited. I'm excited for you. Woo! Well, keep listening, keep learning. Free webinar coming up soon. Well, once we've got the Clydes going, and then we'll do our interviews and you can ask us everything you want to know. And in the meantime, if you do want to know more about it, I don't know whether we've got it up in the featured section, but we do have a prospectus that tells you all about the 2-year course. So, Anne, if you've not got that, let us know, and Gary will put the link up somewhere. He will. Jackie says, I can't get into my 10-day challenge. Only got half the email. Ooh. We will fix that, Jackie, by the end, after the end of this live. We'll fix that for you. Don't you worry. Gary's busily writing it down. We shall make sure that you get onto it. If you have purchased the 15-day and the 10-day at the same time, then all you have to do, you'll already be tagged in the school. All you have to do is claim your certificates in the 15-day and it will automatically trigger the opening up of the 10-day. If you buy them separately, then you just kind of have to wait a little bit for the admins to get in there and get you enrolled, etc. But if you do buy them together, there's no hanging about. There's no waiting. We get you tagged right at the very beginning and boom, you're straight in. The moment that you've claimed your certificate on the 15-day, you're in on the 10-day. But I will go back and have a look. We'll all have a look for you. Susan says, is the Zoom for the challenges still on this Saturday? It is. We have Challenge Club. So we'll put that up in the group probably tomorrow to remind everybody that Challenge Club is Saturday. What is Challenge Club? For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Challenge Club is just a get together online on Zoom, not on StreamYard, on Zoom, where for those who have done the challenges or a workshop, even if you've only done the 15-day challenge, you can come along, but not if you haven't. This is a club for people that have already done it, because if they've already gone through it, then, you know, we talk about stuff I know, and Gary knows everybody's on the same level. And because we're like this, because we're just those lovely dictators and it's a cult, that we are, guess what? Giving it away free. You get our time like you do on the lives, free. So there you go and buy the 15-day challenge. Then you buy the 10-day challenge. And in the 10-day challenge, you get a group session. And you may even go on and do the VIP where you get another one-to-one. And then every month, for as long as we can stand it, we are going to have a challenge club. We should have been last Saturday, but of course we weren't here. We were at Longmarsh in Somerset in the UK doing our workshop. So it's going to be this Saturday, 8 p.m. UK time, usual time. Isn't that, Gary?
Yes,
and
8 p.m. UK time.
And what do we do in there? Anything.
Chat. It's basically, it's an open forum for anybody that's done the challenges, want things clarified. Yeah, anything.
On screen. So you don't have the chat going up and down, you're on screen.
No, you're on screen and you turn your video on. You want to see the colour of your eyes.
We do. And for those of you chicken out and just leave your name up on the screen, chicken. That's what I have to say to you. Chicken. Angela Garber, good evening, everyone.
Angela.
Bonsoir. Okay, so oops. Oh, Lydia says, how do we register for the challenge club? Will we get a notification for the Zoom? Yeah, so what happens is we will put the link up and you do have to register, actually. You do, because we just need to make sure that everybody that's coming in is part of the challenge club. Although, you know, I don't suppose people are going to jump in when they haven't done the challenges, because nobody would do that, would they? So yeah, we'll put the link up in the group and you just click on it, register for it. You'll get an email and it'll say, come along at whatever time. And we will be doing those every single month, once a month on a Saturday. I won't be able to do it this time. Oh no, we don't record them. They are not recorded and they are not given out to anybody. They are private group sessions. Once they're done. Off into the ether they go. Just there for us to just chat about anything and everything. And I might just bring a few things up on the screen and do a bit of teaching. It just depends. It's like these lives. We never really know where we're going to go with it. There's nothing that's prescribed in there. Just turn up and say hello and be brave and say hi. Angie's here. Angie Medler. Hello from a hot Virginia. I just want to go the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. By the
I can't remember any
of the lonesome pine. Is it something like that? Sarah got email today. 57 stobs. Is that just me being dumb? 200 meters of Rylock, 600 meters of wire, and 8 stays are arriving on Saturday. Only members of this group. Yeah, only members of this group can understand how exciting that is. I can't wait to let them all in together. Scary but exciting. Wow, gosh,
that's very exciting.
That's ahead of schedule, isn't it? How brilliant is that? Wow, you really going for it, girl. You really are. I love it. We have we've got a big hay barn turning up in a couple of weeks, and we haven't even built our road or the thing that it's going to sit on yet. So we have got a lot of work to do. And meanwhile, we're carrying on with all of this as well. So we know how you feel. Julie says, can pro course students apply for one of the consultations for a horse with the soon to qualify pros? We have a tricky case here that would be cool to get some input with. We did think about that. If you have a tricky case and you'd like to do it, it might, in fact, I don't see why not, frankly. And it will give you an insight of what you're going to go into when you get into your final level. So yes, okay, do that. Apply on the survey, apply on the form, sorry. And what is Julie talking about? Well, I'll show it in the, we'll put it on the screen in a minute. But we are looking for people who are happy to do 4 free, totally free consultations. And the first one, Gary and I will be sat in the background watching, not saying anything, but watching. 4 free consultations with our second year final level students. So these are the ones that have gone right through, and they're already got a bunch of clients. They've got in-person clients. This is for them to learn how to help people online. So they'll be just as nervous as you, probably more so. And you've got to fill in a form to request. You have to have done the challenges, and you fill in the form, and it asks you a few questions about your situation so that it can show, because the students don't necessarily, obviously, they're not following everything. So it gives a bit of information about who you are, and it's all completely held privately. We don't share that information with anybody. And then we will pair you up with a student, a second year final level student, and you'll get 4 sessions with them from something like next week. Actually, I think they're beginning right through to the middle of July. And then after that, there'll be another 4. Actually, some of the students will be spreading it out over a longer period of time, because we've got 2 sets of students going through at the end. And then there'll be another 4 sessions for another set of people. So we really, really, really hope, because I think we've had quite a lot of people go through the challenges, and we've only had 12 or 13 responses so far, and we need at least 40. So we really, really would love you to fill in that form and take part in this. It's a free consultation for you. There's no strings attached. You don't have to go on and do any paid for sessions or anything like that. This is just you being guinea pigs, really, if you like, for our very knowledgeable second year students, where they want to help you. They want to help you maybe with a bit of trimming. It may be trimming that you want help with. It may be setting up a track that you want help with, and you're walking them around your land and going, what am I going to do here? It may be that you just want a bit of moral support. It may be that you want to talk about diet and management. It may be that it's something about the hay. So many things that you could get value from with this, getting these free consultations. And depending on what group you're in, if you're with the Mustangs, you'll do 1 a week, 4. If you're with the Morgans, you'll do 1 every other week. So it just depends. And they will organize the date and time for the best date and time for you. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. Vicky, where? You could be in Australia, and we will do it at a time that suits you. So wherever you are, don't miss out on it, because these are free online consultations, an hour at a time. It's 4 hours with students that are about to qualify as professionals, who are there to help you, and maybe they even become your friends. So do it. Please, please, please. Dawn says, I will just have to be patient and wait for the next one. Yes, you will. You definitely will, for the Challenge Club, of course. If I was younger, I would do the challenges, but my old pony is my last one. And so I learned so much from you. So at least I am able to inform a lot of my younger friends with their horses. And that makes me feel lovely. I love that. That's lovely, Uta. I love it. I love it. I love it. We'll fill in the form for our interesting Irish guy and his interesting feet. Ooh, it's going to be a challenge. Going to be a challenge. Okay, cool. Right. Let's get into the Phoenix group, shall we? Let's see what's going on in there, because there's a few things that we still want to talk about that we missed. So let's get in it. We're gonna keep blatting this until we are fully through many of the ones that we missed. All right, Gary, tell me if you can see all this. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. What's that noise? Is that you bouncing around? Okay. I'm going to go a bit further down, because those are the new ones that have come in. Oh, there you go. Never be a prisoner of your past. That was then. This is now. It was just a lesson, not a life sentence. Let it go. Move forward. We've got you. We have. We really, really have. Awful things may have happened in the past. You may be feeling horribly guilty. You may have even been the one that put your rasp to your horse's foot and got it wrong. But was that your fault? No, because you didn't know. But now you do. That was your lesson, because your lesson is looking back at that and going, that's never going to happen again. I'm never going to let my farrier or a hoof care professional do that to my horse's foot again, because I know better now. When you know better,
you can do better.
Exactly. So it isn't a life sentence. Don't treat it like it's a life sentence. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Goodness me.
Move forward. We've got you. Okay. All right. Oh, I'm a fan of Hoofing Marvellous. That's what we like to see. With laminitis, there's always heat in the foot. So I just basically went, heat in the foot is so subjective. Bare hooves are naturally warmer than shod hooves. And furthermore, heat in the foot can change from day to day and even the time of day. So it's very subjective. Now I want to keep going down. Blah, blah, blah. Ooh, we're going to talk about that one, hopefully. If we get time, let's keep going, keep going. Sorry, I should have got this prepared beforehand. Oh, look, that's us from last night. That's the recording from last night, day 59. Remember, they're still going up on YouTube. Oh, yeah, we talked about this one. This is Nicole in the middle of the Amazonian forest. The ponies don't look like that now. That's what they did look like. Aha! Now, Elaine. I did want to talk about Elaine's. Right. Good. This is one I definitely wanted to get to. Help, says Elaine. How many times have we seen that word help? Right. Shall I make that
multiple times a day.
Multiple times a day. Help. We are growing out the toe chop since April, and he has lost getting on for 15 kilos on his regime, which is restriction but with hay available. I would love to track again, but sadly this is not possible. So he comes into a dry lot and a big open box for at least 15 hours out of 24. He is pretty sound considering, and since following the Phoenix way, keeping the heels down and leaving the toe alone, this is where we are at. What, if anything, do I do about his ragged toes? There is nothing to guide me. Nope. Dare I tidy them up? Well, let's have a look, shall we? And should they be left to sort themselves out and the hoof will grow down eventually, I know it's early days. Patience, my friends. Patience. Shall we go and have a look? Let's just get in there. Right. I think we can probably start to see, can't we, where the problems have begun. What I find so sad about all of this is that horses have been labeled as just, laminitic with crappy feet like this. And they didn't need to look like this. You've seen our case studies where we've been growing out perfectly fine healing angles and wedges. They don't look like this. This is a foot that has definitely been messed around with, isn't it? So what can we see? Well, not a lot, but what we can see is diverging rings. So you can see they're wider down here and tighter up there. Why is that? Because the toe wall has been removed. Again, we've spoken about this before, where people who have not that much experience will swear blind that the hoof wall does not slow down. We can tell you it does. And that's why you get wider rings at the side and narrower rings at the top, because they're diverging, because this is slowing right down and sort of bunching together, and they're going at the right rate at the heel, but this goes out of control because we haven't got anything to counterbalance it, and we've not got this toe wall on the ground. And I can tell you, it's one of the most frustrating things in our job is trying to wait for that toe wall to get down. Now you see everything this foot stood on, clover, that can be problematic. That can be problematic. Gary, when you're typing, do you want to put yourself on mute?
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you, because all I can hear is tappity, 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 tap. Right, let's have a look at the offside front. So this is the right 4. And what can we see here? So the question was, should I worry about the raggedy bits? No, because they will just break off. This is just old bits of epidermal laminae that you're seeing there that have been exposed as this has been chopped off. So what's been going on? The poor horsey has been asked to walk around on the sole. You can see how far back they took that, well within the white line. And P3 is situated just about here. It's about a centimetre in front of the frog. So we've really not got a lot to play with, have we? The heels are underrun. So we've all very far forward. And what's so crazy is that in the belief that you want to improve breakover for these poor animals that can't walk as it is, or that are very compromised, or that you want to stop the tearing of the laminae, which we know doesn't happen, you chop the toe off. And then the next thing that happens is the heels grow underrun. The whole balance of that foot is messed around with. You can't balance it anymore. The foot is too far underneath itself. And then before you know it, you have a lot of problems going on, and the horse is putting more pressure on the toe area, which is what you were trying to avoid in the first place. Okay. Is that Rachel I can hear in the background, Gary?
Probably just talking to the cat. You're on the telly, Rach.
I can hear you, Rachel. Right, so here we have that classic situation again. Look, don't believe us, or you can believe us or your lying eyes. Look at the diverging rings, all bunching up here, and all much wider at the heel. That's because the heel growth rate is going at the right rate, and the toe is being chopped off. So you just have to leave that alone now. Just leave it alone and just deal with the back of the foot. So what do we see here? Do you see this big pad here? This is part of the callus that poor horse has been creating. We know that they've been on their tip for a period of time. This doesn't look like very healthy sole that's underneath there. And look how much bar and heel there still is, and how much of this frog material is there, because it's just been overgrown. The frog's been trying to grow up right to the heels, because it has. This looks more like a donkey foot, doesn't it, Gary?
It does.
It's not. It's a pony.
Of course it is. But yes, it does look more like a donkey foot in its shape, and those big heel bulbs, and much more upright. Donkey feet have much more upright feet than horses, but the constants are the same. Yeah, this horse has got too much going on at the back and not enough going on at the front.
All right, you see where these heels are? Here and here. And yet the frog is all the way back here. Well, in a donkey, the frog extends further out the back than where the heels are. But it's not shaped exactly the same. These heels are actually where the true end of the real bar is. And look how far forward they are. They should be back here, all the way back here. And then you'd get to see the true bar. And how do you find it? Well, you exfoliate all this area here. So this poor horse, poor pony, has got from that point there to here, that tiny bit of surface area to walk on, tipped further forward onto his toe, as you can see there, and he's created a callus, which you don't want to be removing. You need to leave that where it is, but you need to get those heels back. And those bars are very long, and that's pressure through those bars, which are hard. The laminae for those bars is way down here. All of this is extra bar material that shouldn't be there. Okay. Right, watch the way he's walking at the toe. Can you see that? That is immediately classed as a laminitic horse. He's overweight, right? But they look at that and go, he's got laminitis. Yeah. His laminae are no doubt gorged, swollen, inflamed, painful, stretching. But that's not caused because of diet and management, although that's not helping. This little chap, can you see how they're like, I can't, because P3 is in the wrong position on all 4 feet, but particularly on the fronts. He's trying his best. You can get a horse like that, that's walking like that, far more comfortable quite quickly by making sure they have the right trim and getting that down. The reason they're walking like that is because P3 is pointing down. It's a very, very specific walk. I don't think we've got any extra. I think that's it. I think that's everything that we've got. Yeah, I think that is. Right, let me just come back to the group to see what you guys are saying. Yeah, heels underrun, long underrun heels, yeah. Sarah says, it amazes me that the toes are chopped through fear of tearing, but they have no problem cutting right through it. That's quite good.
I like that.
That's quite good, actually.
I don't want it to tear, but they're quite happy to chop them off.
I don't want it to tear, so stop it from tearing. I'll chop it off. Ain't gonna tear then, is it? Dear God. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. That was Elaine. We'll put Gary. Can we put comment in Elaine's thingy bobby post so that we can tell her that we've spoken about her? Let me just go down here and let me just see if there was anything else I wanted to discuss. Yeah, we can have a very quick look at Tammy's. That's Julie's
the abscess
again.
one that you mentioned earlier.
That's a bit further up, isn't it? I think we've done all of these. This here was just talking about, you know, these are the reasons why we don't want satellite groups set up. Some of our lovely members have offered to set up separate satellite groups, but we don't want that to happen because we feel that for all of these reasons here, we want to keep our group in one place. Okay. Yeah. Let's just have a very quick look at this. This is a very common thing when you're starting to learn to trim. Can you see that the hoof wall has been removed? You can see that jaggy edge, but we've still not quite got those heels down to where they need to be. So we've got far too much going on here. And this is because these bars are still folded over. Now you see that little crack there? Here. That's the true end of the bar, but in actual fact, the heels need to be a bit further back here, and then you'll see it all come down here. It's fracturing here because it's too long. You see a little fracture line just there because it's too long. And then it fractures just here, and you see it fracturing just there. And all this is accreted extra bar material that is being pushed forward. So we've still got quite a, you see how white and flaky that is? There's still more to come off here. But look where the hoof wall was, and then it's like, oh, it just turns into a razor blade of nothing. So that's the left 4. So it's a start, but it's not enough because those heels need to come back again. Look at the diverging rings. Can you see why? Because the toe has been removed. Tiny short foot, not enough here to cover what's going on inside. And that makes the pony very sore. All right, you can still see here there's absolutely masses of sole to exfoliate. It's a bit of a hard job, right? When you start way back at the beginning. Look how much needs to come off. A ton of it needs to come off. So far more heel. Not a lot going on here, is there? Because it's all been removed. Again, you see it's completely gone. Got those diverging rings. Heel's too high. So now we're on to the back feet. Same problem. Bars far, far, far too long. Far more sole to exfoliate. Heels need to go back. Look how the on this look that's just broken off completely. So these need to come right down to this hard sole plane. It looks a little bit like that wall is being beveled away, but I don't know if it is, but that's what it kind of looks like. That's why we have to have loads of different angles, guys. And you know, if you're putting a post up in the group, please put posts up with photos and go and have a look in the featured section. Tells you what photos you want. And it's essentially, this could be a really good frog, couldn't it? You know, this could be problematic, but I don't think it is that bad. But this little pit here, and got a little bit of flap here, but these bars shouldn't be all the way down here. If I took my arrow, I'd end up at the tip of P3. The bars end up here. That's where the bars end. So that's a good guide of where those heels need to be, because the bars should be ending up here. Just about, you know, not quite half, just under halfway. Yeah, and this is a hind, and they've been lopping off all of that. Look at this gnarly. There's just really nothing there. Poor foot. Poor horse. Again, lots and lots of chalky material. This is flaky sole. All needs to come off. You can see where the end of the bars are. That's the fracture point there, and the true bar should be around about here. Just far too much. Far too much. And there are guides that you can't rely on. We don't call them constants, but they are there. So things like the periopple, right? And it comes down and it gets wider towards the back of the foot, which forms part of the bar. And usually the heels are pretty much down where the edge of the periopple is. So you can see you've got quite a bit to go there. But you can't always rely on that, because this periopple is often overgrown as well. But as a bit of a guide, if you're miles away from it, you're miles away. And you can see you are, because you've got all that flaky sole and bar to come off. Again, there's the fracture point. There it is. And all of this is accreted bar material, and much more of this needs to come back. You're nearly there, but I can guarantee that if I got my knife and was to fiddle about in this area here, I'd get out a ton of chalky sole. So just not enough. More needs to be done, and that will put this horse more comfortably down onto there in the right position of the bony column. This pony. Look at the red bleeding out from the rings. Again, you can see it on this side. Pressures in all the wrong places. Not enough of the right. So we've done that. Okay, that's done. Right, let's just nip back into the group. Yeah. Oh, Joe's here. Hello, Joe. Good morning, team, she says. Hello. Right, let's carry on. Let's keep going. If you want to ask questions.
Who was that lady? Before you go.
This was Wendy Smith.
Oh, I thought I did get the name right. That's cool.
She said it was Peggy's first trim today. My farrier did it for me and took everything on board that I said I'm going to say. It was with tentative trim. It was a very tentative trim, as we're going away next week for 6 days, and I didn't want her to have any problems. I think people are very afraid to do this and get the heels back to where they need to be. But if you don't, obviously P3 is not going to be in a great position. Okay, so let's go back to the top. And let's work through this again. All right, down we go. That's us now. Let's have a quick look at Jennifer Beard. She's just come in. Jennifer Beard, Kempton. X-rays today. Wish he had more sole depth. Wondering if I should boot him on pasture. He is not lame at all. I think he walks with bigger stride in boots. Okay, so this is great. But what do we need here? We need more photographs. All right. Now she's got, wish she had more sole depth. So let's go and have a look at this. Let's take a little look-see. Oh, no, wrong one. Let's just blow it up that way. So what are they looking at here? They see where it says 1.62 across here. They're looking at what we call the founder distance, which indicates to them whether they think this horse is sunk or not. But what's happening here is that this foot is actually what we call, this pedal bone is a little bit what we call broken back, because it's not in alignment, you can see, but it's also not broken back with an NPA. It's still in a relatively okay position, I have to say, on the bottom here, but all the balances are not quite right, which is what's causing this to appear more broken back at the extensor process, the way it's not in line. It could also be the way that the horse is standing with his leg at that moment, just about to take his leg off, because he's just like, oh, I can't, I'm not standing here. And I think I don't know whether, oh, I don't know what that's for there. I think it's for that. I don't think though, because that one's wide and that's 1.62. I don't think that's that one. I don't know what they've put that. People put all kinds of different numbers on there. So we're looking at the palmar angle. Well, this line here, that's the line of the hoof wall. And beyond that is where the epidermal and dermal lamina live. And there's a little halo around P3. That's where the sublamalar dermis is. And what we're looking at here is making sure that there's toe wall on the ground and we've got heel on the ground. So this is just actually not much going on in terms of separation. We've got that shaping on P3, which can be normal for this horse. It can also be that it's been created like that. Sole depth isn't bad. This, like we say, you know, it is what it needs to be. And she did say the horse is fine, didn't she?
Yeah, she said he was sound.
Yeah,
She was sound.
This is all good. Looks like we've got hoof wall in play, heels, fair, good bit of balance, maybe a little bit on the heel there. Also, a little bit broken back like the other one, but a bit better than the other one. Again, these laterals aren't always easy because we need to have it weight bearing. We need to have the horse weight bearing, but oftentimes they're ready to take off or they're fiddling about at the top. And yeah, so might be a bit something going on around the joints, but I think he moved. Yeah. So considering some of the things that we see, that ain't that bad.
Ain't bad at all.
A little bit of balancing probably would help. This is another post talking about hooves. Really do need to see pictures. Fiona Steele, first proper barefoot trim since going barefoot 3 months ago. Got collapsed heels. So I put in my post, I wonder if she responded. Looks like you're going along the right tracks, but what do you mean by collapsed heels? Because people use this word. I mean that his heels are collapsed. They collapse. They're underrun. They haven't collapsed. It's an interesting term. If they're not back to the hard sole plane and back where they should be, they're just simply underrun. Collapsed gives you the connotation that it's just gone blue and you can't bring that back. It's like it's totally collapsed. It's not what's happening. They're quite solid, usually, still. Of course they are. They're just underrun. So they're not collapsed. It's not the right terminology. The terminology is underrun, not collapsed. So it doesn't look like these quarters here are down to the hard sole plane. It looks like they are on this side, but not this side. We've had a bit of a thrushy problem. We've had problems underneath the bars here and here. And I don't know whether these are back to the hard sole plane yet. Here again, we've had funkiness going on under the bars. We've got a little bit of thrush infection here. We've got a little bit of redness under there. Don't look too bad from the outside, except, yeah, we're not in the right position. Doesn't look particularly balanced, and We're getting a lot of this going on. Don't rasp your horses outside of your horse's feet with the rough side of the rasp. Yeah, can't really see an awful lot from that. They look a little bit like they're a little bit short on the surface area, which we've looked at that. So yeah, on the right tracks, but need to keep those heels back to that hard sole plane, and it will show itself, and make sure that you've got that balance. Okay, right. Here's another one. Hi, wise people. Are you lot anyway? Are you lot still watching, or have you all gone to sleep? You just want me to carry on talking forever and a day? Can I just
Keep it up so I can see the names, please.
Listen to him. He's telling me what to do. Charlotte. There she is, lovely lady. Talk to me. Talk to me. Oh, I'm just going to stop sharing for a minute. Talk to me. Do heels actually collapse? No. The soft tissues can collapse. The foot can just, and the heels can be incredibly low, incorrectly so, because you've got no sole left. But the heels can't collapse. And there was another post almost right, but I think it was the one below it. She also mentioned collapsed heels, and I'm like, it's funny terminology. This is coming from the traditional world. It's a term that's used in the traditional world. There's no collapsing going on. What they've done is they've just grown underrun. Hurrah! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Just take.
I think they were just enthralled.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. 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 I wonder what. No such thing. Vicky, loving it. Thank you. Yawn. Still early in the morning. Heidi, still here. Good. Loving it. Keep it coming. Just want me to keep talking, don't you? Still here, says Uta. Great. Late in, but still here, says Gavin. Whoop, whoop.
Hi, mate.
Great. Dawn, can you talk about my post I put up just before you went live, please? Yes. I will go have a look in a minute. Jackie Kennedy, a bit light, but wanted to say a huge thank you for earlier. It's good, wasn't it? I enjoyed that. I have some questions, but Jackie, I didn't want to break down again. Oh, bless you, darling. Oh, God. Just chuck them through to us. Chuck them through on Messenger, my lovely. You can either lose. Well, you're probably not going to want to leave a voice message, but it's okay. It's emotional. These things happen. You're not breaking down. I should see me periodically cry like a baby. Do fractured bars disappear as you get to the HSB, or does it take a couple of trims? Hamish has this. With your cob, no. When you get down to the hard sole plane, it'll be all. It pretty much. He's got such a lot of hoof wall. I doubt he will continue to. I haven't got a tick, by the way. It's just that this always gets caught, and I end up doing this. I'm sure you probably will think I've got some kind of. Not that it's a problem if you have got a tick, but I'm just saying I haven't. It's just that I'm pulling this out. I thought about it the other day because I was like, the time that we see, and I think the collapsed heels bit, you know, sometimes we come along, and these are the thoroughbred types, really. And we come along and we take the shoes off these horses, and their heels are pathetic because they fractured away from the bar. They've been left a little bit too long, but really there's no substance back there at all, because in fact, Gavin watching, he was at our workshop last weekend, and he did have a foot, didn't you, Gavin, that had caudal hoof failure at the back. Basically, we say the foot has collapsed, but we don't mean that the heel, because the heel's hard horn, but he didn't have the full triangle of the heel, and then it fractures from the top right by the heel to the bar. But a couple of trims and that all sorts itself out. Although with caudal hoof failure, it's going to take an awful lot more than a couple of trims to fix it. It takes quite a long time and doesn't always fix. Still here, says Aston. Thank God. Good that everybody's watching. I'm back, says Erin. Had to drop out to take a call from my mum. She asked if I was busy and I wanted to say, call me back. Yes, this is important stuff. But I took the call instead. It's important. You need to talk to your mum. Talk to your mum. We're here every day. Talk to your mama. Still here, says Joe. Brilliant. I'm watching and falling asleep. Don't say that, Poppy. Keep that to yourself. It's all right, darling. You've had a busy day today, haven't you, Popsy? You've Popsy. You've gone and worked with Susan Garvin, and you've been doing cadaver hooves, teaching. Bless you, darling. Bless you. I'm here, says Catherine. Dawn, Justin Gross, still here. Justin Gross. Long day. Not because you're putting me to sleep, she says, qualifying it very, very quickly. Vanya's here, sitting quiet here. Oh, you're here, are you, Vanya? See, I didn't know whether you were here. You just sit there in the background, all nice and quiet. Gavin, just trying to extract my photos now. Cool. Get them sent over. Where I don't know where you're going to put them. You could put them in WhatsApp. I could probably bring them up if they're in WhatsApp. Oh, Dawn.
Or you can send them to me. Or
Okay.
you can send them to me. Whichever.
Right. Let's go back and have a look at Dawn's. Well, before we look at that, we're going to look at Charlotte's first. Hi, wise people. You wizards. Please tell me what you see and how you would treat this hoof. I like that. It's a nice little tulip, I think. It belongs to an 18-year-old thoroughbred. Shoes were taken off a year ago. Again, collapsed heels. It's not. This is a hard horn. There ain't nothing collapsed about that. It's just underrun. It's just been allowed to grow underrun. Thin soles. Well, we don't know that, do we? Until we have an X-ray. It might have thin soles, but we don't necessarily know that. Sore on hard ground. But is that to do with the front or is it to do with the back? It does. We don't know, do we? Or is it to do with the fact that we've got infection all underneath the bars? She's shed a lot of sole. Well, she's not going to be doing that if she's got thin soles. I can tell you that right now. So that's a bit of a no-no for the thin sole. But there is some left in the toe area. Sorry for my English. It's all right, my lovely. Let's just click on this and have a look. Right. So, excuse me. I didn't have my lunch, my dinner till not that long ago. Can you see here? Can you follow this line? So this is when it had quite a bit of compaction here. And this has been shedding away. And that callus compaction. You can see that the wall is being removed. So the horse had been walking on this. We don't know if this is back yet. This isn't collapsed. It's underrun. They need to be back here. Again, you see with this whole periopal thing, now you couldn't use that as a guide for here, but I do guarantee to you that those heels will get back to about here. Remember, the end of the bar is there. So that's where these heels are going to end up. But because they've been so big, these bars, and so allowed to overgrow, the pathogens have been going, it's warm in there. It's so warm. You coming in? You coming in, John? I'm coming in. I'm John the Germ. In I come. Johnny the Germ with Jilly Germ, Jenny Germ, Jackie Germ, Josh Germ. They've all gone in, the family of the germs. And in they go underneath there. And they're like, oh, it's so cozy down here, isn't it? It is. It is. Do you think they'll just leave us alone? Yeah, because they don't know how far to bring the bar back. So we're safe in here forever and a day. Oh, I'm a bit hungry. Are you a bit hungry? I'm a bit hungry. Should we munch on a bit of sole? Yeah. Come on then, because there's soul underneath there. Lovely, lovely. Then human being comes along and goes, look, you family of germs, get out. No! And we cut it back. And then when we look underneath, there's red patches all underneath. Now, I'm not saying that's definitely what's going on here, but that is incredibly common. And that is why the horse is sore. Because not only are the heels underrun, not only have we got a shortened surface area, but we've also got pain and soreness underneath the bars. And the bars are too long and they're putting pressure on. And yet we've been told it's because the horse has got thin soles. Not necessarily. Could you see the contraction there? Get out, germs, germ family. Get out from underneath those bars. How dare you live there? Now, this is a good shot to show you that the wall, the capsule, sorry, is doing the opposite to the sole. Can you see callus? Why? Because they've been removing the toe and allowing this bit to grow up. So can you see you have the sole doing one thing and the capsule's doing the opposite? So sole's going one way and the capsule's going the other way. Can you see that? Yeah. Yeah. That's just, it's just not a correct balance trim. Look how much quarter is above here. Always forcing that horse onto the toe, not pleasant, shortening that surface area, letting that germ family, Josh, Jenny, didn't mention Joe, he'd been on holiday. Joe's just come back. Jackie, Jimmy, he'd also been on holiday. He's now come back. Quite a few of them have been in there. Again, complete reverse of what the sole's doing. The capsule's doing something completely different to the sole. That is not trimming to the horse's natural constants. And the cousins to the germ family over here, these guys over here, the fungi factory, the fungi friends, they're over here and they're underneath this bar. You see where it becomes a problem. And horsey's meant to be walking around on that. So it looks like the heels are collapsed. It's not. They're underrun. The heels should be back here as a solid, lovely, strong heel. And so consequently, you get this funny sort of sloping look. And then we overshorten it, take the toe off. Horsey has problems. Then we wonder, don't we, why animals like this, when they are, and I'm not saying this is your animal, Charlotte, of course, but I'm just pointing out that when these are not in the correct position and these horses are putting their feet down over and over and over and over and over again, and they're trying to compensate for pain in the back of the foot, but they've not got a lot of wall at the front, that you wonder why these suspensory branches that are coming in here, that they come down here and into here. Put it over there then. Comes down here and into here, that connects to the extensor tendon around the front. You wonder why, don't you, that all of these tendons start having problems. So superficial, deep digital's in there, and then we've got the suspensory. We've got the end of the splint, and there's connective tissue and blood between all of this and nerves. And there's any wonder that we start having problems with these horses when their feet are not right. Okay, so that's for you, Charlotte. I hope that helps. Fiona, we've done her. Let's go back to the beginning. Let me give it a refresh. Dawn, where are you? Oh, gosh. That's a new one come up. And we've only just got in. Firstly, a massive thank you to Hoofing Marvellous and Lindsay for going through my post and doing the video. It was incredibly informative, eye-opening, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate you taking the time to help us all out. It's fine. I'm sure you do the same for me. Side bone was particularly interested, and the vet hadn't mentioned it. Whatever. Oh, my goodness. Look at the state of that. I'm not going through that right now. I'll leave you all to go in and read that. I'll read it later. Oh, hello, my darling. This is my lovely Cindy Valura. She's one of our, she's not an HMB pro, but she's on us. She's the same flavor. And she is in America. For anyone wondering about barefoot dressage, this is Benny, who I've been trimming for years. And he's just had his trim a few days ago and is at a show. No, that's nice, isn't it? Look at him go. Why are we shoeing dressage horses that spend the 9 times out of 10 you know, 99 times out of 100 on sand. Dawn! Hi, lovely warrior people. Please, can you give me some feedback on my boy's feet? Is this the black one? Tell me, is this the black one? These are his hind feet. He has been barefoot all his life and can walk across stony ground. Our problem is that he has had a sore back now for about 9 months. He's had his back medicated, which initially helped, but is now going backwards again. He regularly has physio, and I do loads of core strengthening exercise, and his saddle fits, but nothing changes. I'm thinking his feet are out of balance, but I'm no expert. Please help, because I don't know what to do next. I'm interested to know what the symptoms are, because you don't tell us. Right. Well, what I can see here is I can see that you definitely have toe wall at the sole. And I don't know how long ago this trim was. Heels are nearly down to the hard sole plane, but not quite. And you've got bar here. And that bar is being walked on. And the quarters are a little bit high. So it's tipping him forward. Let's move on. Let's have a look. This looks like it's a painting. Your arm's in much better focus than the hoof, Dawn. I can't really see a lot. Yeah, you've got a bit too much bar going on there, but you're nearly there. You're getting there. Okay, let's keep going. Again, doesn't it look like a painting? You definitely have hoof wall in place. That's good. Has he always had hoof wall in place? Look, can you see you're starting to go into the opposite direction of the sole? So you've got too much going on at the quarters here and too much bar. You see this bar's poking up here? Do you see this? And there's bar over here. That gets contact. It isn't pleasant. They don't like it. It shouldn't be there. Do you see it? That's got to come right down, because that is acting like a pillar. It won't be pleasant. He'll be coping with it, but it won't feel good. Do you see it sticking up? Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Might need better photos on that one.
Can you do me, Dawn, can you do me a photo of him standing fairly square-ish, so not tucked under or anything, standing nice and square, from the side? Can I see a photograph of him from the side? Can you do that for me? Obviously not now. It's a bit late, isn't it? But tomorrow. Yeah. What I could do with it is slightly sharper images, my lovely. Left hand, left hand, left hand. Let's have a look at the fronts, because that's just the hinds. So don't be necessarily thinking that all that soreness, if the whatever that is coming from the hinds. And it may not be from the feet. It may be from other places, other joints. Let us know. And also let me know what the symptoms are. Okay. I'm stopping sharing now. What's that with you now, Gary?
Oh, I didn't even see that come in.
I trimmed Hamish a few days ago.
That?
Still more to come off. Is tomorrow too soon to try again, or should I wait? He's running around since I trimmed what since I trimmed what I could on first round. That's all right. But let me warn you, if you leave it a bit longer, it's going to be harder to get it off. So don't leave it too long. Give yourself a break. I can't see a pointer. Oh, sorry. It's the story of my life. I can't get my pointers to work properly. Gary can. I can't. Sorry. Yes. Good. Well done. Let's have it. Oh, here it comes. So this was... Oh, this is a really good one, actually. Can you blow that up? This was a poorly foot, but can you see those big clumps of bar? That's like, I can only imagine walking around with blooming great pebbles in your feet, because they'll feel that and get pressure on that every single time he puts his foot down. Not pleasant. And this horse had a very puny, pathetic digital cushion. When we went, boop, there wasn't really anything there. And if you look up at as you were looking at it, Gary, the left heel, can you see where it's broken away from the bar?
It's like a big hole in there, isn't it?
It's just a mess, isn't it? It was shod, wasn't it, this one, Gavin, I think. Is there any more, or have you just got that one picture?
Oh, there's loads. There's several.
Go on, let's have a look. Look at him. Look how he trimmed it. Now, I remember this conversation. Do you remember? And I said to you, come on, you've got to get those bars out. Is that got to come out as well? It has. And look what he removed. And all of that, go back to that previous one. Look at those great big lumps of bar. Now go and have a look at what he achieved. Get on. And Gavin had never trimmed before.
But it's all in the teaching, Lindsay. We keep saying it, don't we? It's all in the teaching.
Do you see that slight clover leaf looking pattern? Just because the horse has not been allowed to shape his foot properly. Back of the foot is effectively atrophied. That's what we would call collapse. You can see they're not particularly underrun. They just are very, very weak. Yeah. Okay, keep going. Yeah. What a difference. What you should, I hope, Gavin, you are monumentally proud of that. From that pathetic looking foot. I mean, we've still got a poor digital cushion, but he got out all of that lumpy bar. He didn't go too far. He just kept to the hard sole plane. Now you can see all the nail holes, can't you? But there is toe wall in play, but it is a very weak foot. Very good. That's absolutely brilliant. Really, really good.
I must have been talking to Gavin. There's my shoes.
Oh, yes. Look at your shoesies. Very proud of you, pal. That was very good. Keep going. Yeah. You see where the toe clips have been? Not toe clips, side clips.
This is all in a hoof wall that's been dumped back, so the hoof was shaped to fit the shoe.
Yeah. You can see the back of that. Look, can you see now the back of the foot? It's difficult to show you, but looks like you're having a rest there, Gary.
There's not a lot going there. It does look as though I'm having a rest, doesn't it? Obviously, Gavin and I were putting the world to rights.
Yeah. Great, that.
Good job.
But if we were to come along to this foot and we clock the fact that it was really weak at the back of the foot, we'd taken the shoe off, we would probably leave it alone.
Yeah.
We'd make sure the balance was right, and then we'd leave it alone. But for the purposes of learning how to trim on a cadaver foot, that was a shockingly good trim. Very, 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 very good. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Gavin, for sharing that with us. Tomorrow it is. No way I can let it get worse. My muscles won't cope. My legs were shaking at the end, bit by bit, bit by bit. That'll be the weight of those chaps. Yes, those chaps look very happy. They do look lovely, though. Dawn says, I will PM you some over the weekend and we'll tell you all his symptoms. I'm so worried about him and I can't wait for one of our one-to-ones on the 29th. I've PM'd Hoofing Marvellous already. Thanks for going through them. Yes. Dawn, if I could say one thing to you, don't worry too much. Okay? I know you're worried, but don't worry too much. And putting them together and keeping them moving is the right thing to do. And it just might be that he just needs more time to build a little bit more up. He just doesn't have necessarily a strong musculature. I've got a horse for you to trim. Gavin! Mona, wow. Yeah, a great one to start with. It was tough. It's a tough one. You can come to, man. How on earth did you get that into that bar? I was seeing stars. Yeah, but Gavin didn't have a big, chunky, cobby-like foot that you have. It's hard work. All right, my lovelies. I'm done. Done. I'm frazzled. We did 1 hour and 40 before we came on air, and now we've
rushed to get some dinner down, and then now. But we've had a lovely time. But I have to say, apart from Gavin at the end, most people that were on that we looked at today could really do with doing the challenges. They're doing a really good job, and it's a good start, but you could get way ahead if you just took the challenges. Invest in yourself and your horses. It's the best way to go. And then we've got you back.
We've got pointer envy. Look at you. Well, I've got pointer envy. Thanks for understanding. I have to go to bed now. Off you go, darling. Thank you so much. Night, Poppy. Thanks, guys, to Sarah. Thank you. Highlight of my week. Thank you. Mine too. Susan Mitchell, that was great. Thank you. You're welcome. Monica, thank you. Marianne, thank you. The challenges are awesome. Okay. Just pop that one back up. The challenges are awesome. Get those challenges done. Do the challenges. The reason they are there is to help you. Have a good night. Thank you so much. Thanks for all the info. Unless I missed because I was late to the party, can we do enthesis tomorrow? Oh, yes. Should we talk about that? Can you remind me, Gary, to talk about the enthesis organ tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay. Brilliant. Love you all. We're off like a bad smell. Bye-bye. We love you all. See you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Be there or be square. Bye.
Take care.